This is the OTB Network.
Hello everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of Horses and Courses. I'm Jean Wood. Well, it looks like we're less than 2 weeks to the Breeders' Cup. We've got stakes racing action winding down for the season all around the country. This past weekend we had a lot of stakes racing to bring to you as a result of having had some weather difficulties last week down at Calder. The Festival of the Sun was postponed until this past weekend, so we have lots of racing from Calder Racecourse. Their Festival of the Sun re-raced this weekend. We also, of course, had New York Showcase Day closing out the New York Fall Championship meet at Belmont Park with New York Showcase Day for New York breds and a pair of juvenile stakes on the turf on Sunday to finish up the Belmont Fall Championship meeting. We are going to get started by heading down to Calder Racecourse, where on Saturday they reran the Festival of the Sun. We finally had some better weather, the cooperative weather coming through for South Florida racing. We're going to kick things off with the Calder Breeders' Cup Handicap, a $200,000 event for 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares. They're going to go 1 1/8 miles on the turf course. Let's head down to South Florida now for the Calder Breeders' Cup Handicap.
And they're off in the Calder Breeders' Cup Handicap. Toward the outside, that's Dancer's Attitude, breaking sharply and moving for the lead with Daisies and Knights moving up inside of her. Then it's a length back to the outside. That's Windfarmer third. Tucked in at the hedge, it's Holy Capote. Then comes Scatterby, length to the outside, Robin's Tune, and a length to the hedge, it's Swearingen. They come past the finish line for the first time with Daisies and Knights in front by a length. It's Dancer's Attitude in second position to the outside. Windfarmer tucked in at the hedge, Holy Capote. A length back, that's Scatterby. Then another length to Swearingen at the hedge. And on the outside, Robin's Tune. First quarter in 24-2. They move to the backstretch with Daisies and Knights in front by 2. It's Dancer's Attitude in second position. Windfarmer on the outside. Holy Capote about 4 lengths off the lead is fourth. Another length and a half back. That's Scatterby fifth. Then it's a length and a half to Swearingen, and outside of her comes Robin's Tune. The half in 49-1, the pace mediocre as they move past the half-mile pole. It's Daisies and Knights in front by a length. Dancer's Attitude is second, Windfarmer on the outside, Holy Capote at the rail. 2 more lengths to Scatterby. Swearingen at the rail, far outside, Robin's Tune. 3 quarters, 1:13-4, and they move toward the quarter pole. On the inside, Daisies and Knights still leads by a length. Next toward the inside comes Holy Capote. Then toward the outside, Dancer's Attitude. They're at the top of the stretch in the Calder Breeders' Cup Handicap. Daisies and Knights trying to last to the inside. Holy Capote comes on. It's 2 lengths back to the outside. Dancer's Attitude is third. They move past the 8th pole. Daisies and Knights on the outside still has a short lead. Holy Capote at the hedge. 2 lengths back. Dancer's Attitude. Deep stretch. Daisies and Knights. Holy Capote. Daisies and Knights takes the Calder Breeders' Cup Handicap.
Daisies and Knights getting the win here with Jose Rivera aboard. An impressive half-a-length winner here on the front end every step of the way. The track was listed as good, not yielding particularly fast times, but Daisies and Knights was able to open up a lead of a couple of lengths and hold on steadily for a half-length win over late-running Holy Capote, with Dancer's Attitude back in the third spot at a little bit of a long price there, 14-1. The winner, Daisies and Knights, is a 4-year-old chestnut filly. She is sired by St. Bellado, bred in Florida. She's owned by Jay Longfield in the Green River Stable, trained by James R. McMullen, and ridden to victory by Jose Rivera. Final time for the 1 1/8 miles distance, 1 minute 52 1/5 seconds. Keeping down at Calder for the next couple of races, actually, we're going to now go into the My Dear Girl Stakes. This is a Stallion Stakes, the final race in the Stallion Stakes series for 2-year-old Florida breds. The purse is $400,000. It's 2-year-old fillies going 1.16 miles on the main track. Let's head back to Calder now for the call of the My Dear Girl Stakes.
They're all in the gate. And they're off in the My Dear Girl division of the Florida Stallion Stakes. And to the inside, Ms. United States moves for the lead. Toward the outside, that's Plettenberg Bay. At the rail, her stablemate, Regally Appealing. Then between those two comes Fast Dispersal. It's the length back far outside, Saber Dance. Then it's another length saving ground at the rail, Pick a Pepper. Moving up next from between horses comes Advantage, and on the outside, the early trailer is Cool by the Pool. They move around the clubhouse turn, head for the backstretch with Ms. United States in front by a length. Regally Appealing and Plettenberg Bay chase second and third, then 2 lengths back to the inside. Pick a Pepper with Fast Dispersal. Length to the outside, it's Saber Dance. Then comes Cool by the Pool, and at the rail, Advantage. First quarter, 24 seconds flat. Up the backstretch they go. It's Ms. United States in front to half length. Regally Appealing a second, a length to the outside, Plettenberg Bay. Length back to the rail, it's Pick a Pepper, then Fast Dispersal. Far outside, it's Saber Dance. 2 lengths back, Cool by the Pool. A length to the rail, it's Advantage. The half in 48 and 4, and there's 3 furlongs left to go in the My Dear Girl. On the inside, Ms. United States. She's been there since the beginning, and she leads by a length. The entry of Regally Appealing and Plettenberg Bay are second and third, 3 lengths back to the inside. That's Pick a Pepper. 3/4, 113 and 2, and they're at the top of the stretch. It's Ms. United States in front by a length. Next comes Regally Appealing, 3 lengths back, Plettenberg Bay. Then to the outside, it's Saber Dance. They come past the 8th pole. It's Ms. United States and Robbie Alvarado. They're clinging to a length and a half lead. Regally Appealing is second, 6 lengths back, Plettenberg Bay. Deep stretch, it's Ms. United States. She took them gate to wire, and she takes the My Dear Girl division.
Heavy favorite Regally Appealing goes down to defeat here as Ms. United States in a bit of an upset, taking the lead early, forcing Regally Appealing into the chasing role with Edgar Prado aboard, and Ms. United States with Robbie Alvarado in for the ride, holding on for a neck win at 27-1 over heavily favored Regally Appealing, the favorite half of a 2-horse entry with Plettenberg Bay, the entry mate, running in the 3rd spot here. The winner, Ms. United States, is a 2-year-old dark bay or brown filly bred in Florida, sired by Valid Appeal. She is owned by the Trilogy Stable and Laurie Plaza, trained by Eddie Plaza Jr., ridden to victory by Robbie Alvarado. She completes the mile in a 16th distance in 1 minute 45 and 4/5 seconds. Next on the docket, the Calder Oaks, a $200,000 event for 3-year-old fillies going a mile and an 1/8 over the turf course. Let's head back down to South Florida for the call of Saturday's Calder Oaks.
And they're off in the Calder Oaks. Filatosa in the middle of the course moves for the lead. East Coast Country on the far outside, moving toward the rail. That's Mop Squeezer. It's 2.5 lengths back to Grand Veranda. They leave the chute, move on to the main course, and it's Mop Squeezer that's opened up a 3.5 length lead. Toward the inside, it's Grand Veranda. Outside of her comes East Coast Country. It's a length back. That's Bendecita. Then at the hedge, Silver Bandana. Moving between horses, it's Beyond the Sun. To the outside, Filatosa. At the hedge, that's Sejum's Luna Star. Far outside, it's Crystal Symphony. Another length back to the inside, Double Road, and a length to the trailer, Sangam. They went the first quarter in 24 and 3. The pace is pokey as they move to the backstretch. It's Mop Squeezer in front by 2.5. It's Grand Veranda second, then to the outside, East Coast Country. It's another length and a half back. Bendecita on the outside, hugging the hedge. That's Silver Bandana. 2 more lengths to Beyond the Sun. Then toward the far outside, Sangam. Moving toward the inside, that's Sejum's Luna Star. It's another length and a half back. That's Filatosa, and the trailer now is Double Road. The half in 50 and 2, and they leave the backstretch and move on the turn. On the inside, Mop Squeezer, been there since the beginning with a short lead. Next comes Grand Veranda, then toward the outside, East Coast Country, Bendecita on the far outside. It's a length back, Sangam, and then to the hedge, it's Silver Bandana. 3/4, 115 and 2. Less than a quarter of a mile to go in the Calder Oaks. On the inside, Mop Squeezer still has a short lead. Down the middle of the course, Bendecita comes on. East Coast Country on the far outside, and here comes Crystal Symphony. Deep stretch now. Crystal Symphony has come from far back to get the lead. It's Crystal Symphony. She's going to take the Calder Oaks going away.
Crystal Symphony, another upsetter here. Crystal Symphony getting the win in pretty sharp fashion here at almost 12-1 from off the pace. Cornelio Velasquez had a very good day down in South Florida. He's going to have a couple of winners on the card. Also closing hard, Beyond the Sun, making up a lot of ground and getting up into the second spot. Sangam rallied from well off the pace from last to first at 18-1. So we had a lot of big payoffs over this weekend's stakes racing cards. Crystal Symphony, the winner, a 3-year-old Kentucky-bred daughter of Red Ransom, is owned by the Kinsman Stable, trained by Joseph Calasabetta, ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez, completing the 1.125 distance over the turf course, labeled good, in 1 minute 53 seconds flat. Next, we're going to continue on with the Princess Rooney Stakes, a Grade 3 event for $300,000, 3-year-olds and up. Fillies and mares going 6 furlongs on the main track. Let's head back down to Calder now for the call of Saturday's Princess Rooney.
They're all in the gate. And they're off in the Princess Rooney handicap. Far outside, Show Me the Stage, rushes out for the lead and opens up 2. Little Sister on the outside, moving at the rail, it's Hurricane Birdie, then a half length back, it's Exact. Another length back to the inside to Gregorian Chance, then a length back to You Can Do It. Toward the far outside, that's Extended Applause, and 3.5 lengths to Princess Pietrina. They blistered the first quarter in 21-3, and they leave the backstretch, move to the 3/8 pole. Show Me the Stage in front, a length and a half. It's Hurricane Birdie in second position, 2 lengths to the outside. Little Sister is third, another length and a half to the rail. It's Gregorian Chance. Then comes Exact, 2 lengths to the outside. You Can Do It. Moving up next, Extended Applause, and at the rail, Princess Pietrina. The half, 44-4. Less than a quarter of a mile to go in the Princess Rooney. On the inside, now moving on the outside to get the lead, Hurricane Birdie. Show Me the Stage at the rail, 3 lengths back down the middle of the track. You Can Do It comes on, angling off the rail, Princess Pietrina. They come to the 16th pole. On the inside, Hurricane Birdie. Moving up next, it's Princess Pietrina. Here's the wire, it's going to be close. Hurricane Birdie and Princess Pietrina noses apart in the Princess Rooney.
And Princess Rooney's handicap was won by Princess Pietrina. Rosemary Homeister aboard. This was a horse that came from well off the pace. We've seen some front runners, seen some deep closers, and they're all getting into the finish wire, up to the finish wire in time. A nose victory over a very game Hurricane Birdie. Hurricane Birdie went out early and chased early speeds to Show Me the Stage and held on very gamely for the second spot. You Can Do It, rallying up into the third spot here. The winner is a 5-year-old mare, chestnut mare, sired by Spectacular Bid, a New York stallion. She is owned by the Gemini Stables, trained by Frank Carlisi, ridden to victory by Rosemary Homeister, completing the 6 furlong distance in 1 minute 10 and 2/5 seconds. Continuing down in South Florida, we're going to go back to the Florida Stallion Stakes now for the Colt division. This is the In Reality Stakes. $400,000, 2-year-old colts going 1 1/16. Let's head back down to Florida now for the call of Saturday's In Reality Stakes.
They're all in the gate. And they're off in the In Reality. On the outside, that's Elite Mercedes rushing out for the lead. It was Megacles, and what a brainstorm that got off very slowly. Moving up on the outside now to challenge for the lead comes Frozen Field. Moving to the inside, it's Kiss a Native. It's a length back toward the outside. Elite Mercedes has been taken in hand. Moving into the first flight, Frozen Field, it's 2 lengths back to End Leader. Another 2 lengths, that's Cocktails and Lies, 3 more lanes. What a Brainstorm, and the slow starting Megacles. They went the first quarter in 22-4. The pace is fast as they move up the backstretch. On the outside with a short lead, it's Frozen Field. Half length to the good of Kiss a Native at the rail. Then to the outside, Elite Mercedes. Snuck in at the rail is next, and a half length back to the outside, End Leader. It's 5 more lengths to Cocktails and Lies, 2 lengths to the inside, What a Brainstorm, and 5 lengths back to Megacles. The half in 46-4, and they leave the backstretch and move to the 3/8 pole. On the inside, it's Kiss a Native with Frozen Field alongside. To the outside, it's End Leader. Then it's a length back to Snuck In, moving at the rail to the outside, Elite Mercedes. 4 more lengths to What a Brainstorm. Megacles comes on next, and dropping out of it, it's Cocktails and Lies. 3 quarters, 1:11 and 3, and they're past the quarter pole to the top of the stretch in the In Reality. On the inside, that's Kiss a Native. Megacles on the far outside snuck in between horses. They move to the 8th pole. On the outside, snuck into the inside. Kiss a Native on the far outside. Megacles, length and a half back. It's Elite Mercedes. They come to the 16th pole, and it's Kiss a Native. 3 for 3, and he's on his way to the Breeders' Cup. Snuck in with second. Megacles gets the show.
Kiss a Native continues to be unbeaten, remaining unbeaten here with a new stakes record performance. Just off the early pace, Frozen Field was a long shot in here. He sat off the early quick pace of Frozen Field, made a nice move to the lead on the far turn, and held on with a very nice, impressive 5-length winner, putting him into contention for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Little bit of a surprise here with only 2 weeks to go before the Breeders' Cup that we're still finding contenders. But good race down there in South Florida. He's been training in Florida and doesn't have to ship in to the Florida heat to prepare for the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Finishing second, snuck in Robbie Alvarado down for the mount off of a couple of good performances in Kentucky. Megacles rallied for the 3rd spot at almost 10-1, continuing with the tendency of long shots to get onto the board this past weekend. The winner, Kiss a Native, is a 2-year-old Florida-bred son of Kiss and Chris. He's owned by John Franks, trained by William P. White, ridden to victory by Cornelio Velasquez, and setting a new stakes record for the mile and a 16th, 1 minute 44 and 2/5 seconds. Next, we're going to head to the Flying Pigeon Handicap, $100,000 added for 3-year-olds and up, going a mile and 3/8 on the turf course at Calder. Let's head back to Calder once more for the call of Saturday's Flying Pigeon Handicap.
And they're off in the Flying Pigeon Handicap. And on the inside, Unites Big Red, breaks sharply, moves for the lead as Fire and Rain rushes up on the outside. And between those two comes Bold Pilot. It's another length back to Blazing Sword, then to the far outside. It's White Cappy moving up at the hedge. That's Triple 20. It's another length back to the Kaiser. 2 more lengths. It's Take Charge Megan. Length and a half to Gimme Steam. They come past the quarter pole for the first time to the top of the stretch with Bold Pilot in front by almost a length. Fire and Rain on the outside forces the pace second. Length and a half back to Unites Big Red at the hedge. Outside of him, it's White Cappy. Another length back between horses to Blazing Sword. At the hedge, it's Triple 20 to the outside, the Kaiser. A length back to Take Charge Megan, and on the outside, Gimme Steam continues to trail. The field is bunching up as they move past the finish line for the first time. The half and 50 and 1 after an opening quarter of 24 and 4. They move into the clubhouse turn with Bold Pilot in front by a half length. It's Fire and Rain on the outside second. Unites Big Red tucked in at the hedge. White Cappy between horses. Blazing Sword to the outside. A length back, the Kaiser moves up. Then on the inside, it's Triple 20. Between horses, Take Charge Megan on the far outside. Gimme Steam. They move up the backstretch. They went 3 quarters in 1:17 and 2. On the inside, it's Bold Pilot. On the outside, Fire and Rain. Their heads apart. Blazing Sword moves up next. Then between horses, it's White Cappy. Unites Big Red toward the inside is next. Then it's a length and a half back to the inside. That's Triple 20. On the outside, Gimme Steam. And Take Charge Megan now trails. The field moves to the far turn. On the outside, it's Fire and Rain with a half-length lead. Blazing Sword on the outside is next. In tight quarters, it's Unites Big Red. Weakening at the rail, Bold Pilot. Then toward the far outside, it's the Kaiser. Then comes White Cappy. A quarter of a mile to go in the Flying Pigeon. With the lead, it's Blazing Sword now by a length. On the outside, the Kaiser comes on next. Then toward the inside, it's White Cappy. Down the middle of the course, Gimme Steam comes on. Far outside, Unites Big Red. They move past the 8th pole. Blazing Sword, White Cappy at the hedge comes on to the outside, the Kaiser. They come through the final 16. White Cappy on the inside now has the lead. Deep stretch. White Cappy takes the Flying Pigeon. On the outside, it was the...
Cornelio Velasquez really was burning up the racetrack. This time 15-1 with Cappy getting up there from just off the pace. He had a nice stalking trip, slipping through there and getting a driving half-length win over the Kaiser, with Blazing Sword being edged after attaining the lead in mid-stretch. was not able to hold off Wakapi or the Kaiser. Heavy favorite in here, Unite's Big Red at 7-10. Showed a little bit of early speed, tracking the early pace, did have some traffic trouble, finishing a rather disappointing 6th in the 9-horse field. The winner, Wakapi, is a 7-year-old Maryland-bred gelding. He's a son of Waquoit. He is owned by the acclaimed racing stable, trained by Joseph Calasabetta, completing the 1 3/8 distance on the good turf course under Cornelio Velasquez in 2 minutes, 20 3/5 seconds. We are going to pause now for a brief break. When we come back, we will have racing action to bring to you from Keeneland, out west at the Oak Tree at Santa Anita, and of course the final weekend of stakes racing action from Belmont Park. So please stay with us.
Breeders' Cup is where winning means the most. Our whole year points to Breeders' Cup Day. It's the only day when we ride in nothing but championship races. You get the chance to compete at the highest level against the best in your sport. With so many different races, the Breeders' Cup is the place to prove you're a world-class jockey. As the jockey with the most Breeders' Cup wins, I can tell you it has really helped my career. Breeders' Cup, it's our most important day.
Helping the most courageous natural athletes on earth live long and healthy lives, doing what they're born to do. Run with the wind. The Grayson Jockey Club Research Foundation, funded by private contributions.
Welcome back to Horses and Courses. Next up on the weekend stakes action is going to be Keeneland, where on Saturday the featured event was the Grade 3 Valley View Stakes. This is for 3-year-old fillies going 1 1/16 on the turf course with a purse of $100,000. Let's head down to Keeneland now for the call of Saturday's Valley View Stakes.
Waiting for the start in the Valley View, and they're off. Naughty broke alertly toward the inside. Gimme a Kissy. Now Desert Clarity is outrunning for the lead in the center of the course. In fact, Desert Clarity tries to clear the inside traffic, gets the lead by almost a length from Naughty. Give Me a Kissy. Gold from the west goes fourth outside of Circle of Gold, who's tucked away toward the rail inside of the Happy Hopper, who's 4 lengths off the lead. Gold from the west caught wide, rounding the first turn. Miss Chris has a ground-saving trip toward the rail, 5.5 lengths from the front. Seaside Deli behind her, and Celestial Butterfly is the trailer, 22-4. The time for the opening quarter. Desert Clarity and Naughty matching strides up front. 1.5 lengths more to Give Me a Kissy. The Happy Hopper is fourth on the outside. Circle of Gold is just in front of Gold from the west, who goes wide, 5 lengths off the lead. Miss Chris still toward the rail, 6 from the front, followed by Seaside Deli and Celestial Butterfly, the half in 45-4. Naughty leads it now by 1.5 lengths to Give Me a Kissy. The Happy Hopper third on the outside. Circle of Gold is fourth toward the rail, 1/4 mile to go. Miss Chris goes toward the outside, still 5 lengths off the lead. They're all chasing Naughty with Give Me a Kissy starting a run, and then the Happy Hopper. Miss Chris will have to find something fast. They're in the final furlong of the Valley View, and Give Me a Kissy at 30-1 strides forward for the lead. The Happy Hopper still running on from second. Naughty drops back to third. Big upset here, the Valley View to Give Me a Kissy.
Give Me a Kissy, another long shot here, 34-1 under P.J. Cooksey. Patty riding very well down there in Kentucky this fall. Just off the pace victory here by a length over the Happy Hopper. The Happy Hopper taking to the turf fairly well early in the season. She was one of those fillies that was forced to chase Silver Bullet Day through some of her big earlier victories, taking to the turf very nicely here. Finishing in the third spot, Celestial Butterfly making a last to first move in pretty good form here, but not able to catch up with either of the top two. The winner, Gimme a Kissy, is a 4-year-old Kentucky-bred daughter of Doc's Leader. She's owned by the Hurst Lee Stable, trained by Robert W. Leonard, ridden to victory by Patty Cooksey, completing the 1 1/16 distance over the turf course in 1 minute, 42 seconds flat. Next, we're going to be heading out to the West Coast to Southern California. The stakes racing action there continues with Saturday's Oak Tree Derby, Grade 2 event with a $250,000 purse. This is for 3-year-olds on the turf. The distance, 1.1 miles. Let's head out to Santa Anita now for the call of Saturday's Oak Tree Derby.
Oh, way to go. Outstanding Hero broke just a little awkward, but comes away quickly and gets the early lead. Moolah Goolah in the white blinkers right there, and Fighting Falcon on the grandstand side. Eagleton in the white at the rail are joined fourth. Prime Timber coming over from the outside gate just in behind the leaders. They've been followed by Goodfellow Robin and Rhapsodus down at the rail. Mandar in the blue on the outside of them, and Super Quercus is last, 10 off the leaders. They come past the stands first time round, and Fighting Falcon winging out here. Fighting Falcon opening up in the Derby to lead it by 4 lengths. Outstanding Heroes second, Moolah Goolah's in third. Eagleton along the inside is fourth, and here's Prime Timber fifth, 7 lengths off that leader. Rhapsodus scraping the paint alongside of him, and then back to Goodfellow Robin. Mandar is second last, and Super Quercus is last, 14 off these leaders. Down the backstretch they go, and Fighting Falcon clear by 2 lengths. Outstanding Hero racing second, and Moolah Goolah very comfortable in third. Eagleton at the rail fourth. Prime Timber is fifth. They've taken closer order now. Prime Timber is 5 off the leader. Rhapsodus racing up between those two. They followed by Mandar. Super Quercus starts to pick it up. 9 off the leaders, and Goodfellow Robin's dropped out last. 3/8 to go in the Oak Tree Derby, and it's still Fighting Falcon, but he's getting pressure now. Moolah Goolah moving up smartly on the outside. Outstanding Hero between them. Eagleton fourth. Prime Timber coming with his run extreme outside, then Rhapsodus and Mandar. Homeward bound Fighting Falcon at the rail. Moolah Goolah right up alongside of them. Eagleton on the outside of that. Prime Timber, Super Quercus trying to get involved late, but Moolah Goolah bursts away now, and Moolah Goolah the leader. Super Quercus, Eagleton and Mandar chase him home, but Moolah Goolah takes the Oak Tree Derby.
Moolah Goolah, this is a horse that has really taken to the turf with a couple of stakes wins now in 4 tries. I believe he has 3 stakes wins on the turf course, one of the prominent 3-year-olds on the grass in the West Coast. Good win here for jockey Gary Stevens from just off the early pace, a 1.25 length victory over Eagleton. Late charging horse, another one who's taken to the turf quite nicely. Finishing in the 3rd spot, Super Quercus. This is a French-bred Alex Solis picked up the mount, closed a lot of ground, but was not able to rival the winner. The winner is a 3-year-old Kentucky-bred colt, sired by Kentucky Derby winner Lil E.T. He's owned by Stephen J. Goolah, trained by Jerry Hollendorfer, ridden to victory by Gary Stevens, and completes the 1 1/8 distance on the firm turf course in 1 minute, 46 3/5 seconds. Next, we're going to head to Sunday Stakes Racing at Santa Anita, where the featured event was the Harold C. Ramser Senior Handicap. This is a $100,000 event for 3-year-old fillies going 1 mile on the turf. Let's head back out to Santa Anita now for the call of Sunday's Harold C. Ramser Handicap.
Oh, way to go. Olympic Charmer broke away beautifully from the inside gate and gets the lead, but Bright Magic going off where she likes to be. Bright Magic to lead Olympic Charmer. They've been followed by Winter Wish in third, Aviate right there, and Lady at Peace is a joint third. In behind that is Diners Club, 6 off them. The pace is very fast early on. Extreme Outside, speaking of time, has no alternative but to go wide. Then on the inside we have Tycoon's Dolce. Camargo is back second last, and Perfect Six just ambling along at the back, a good 15 off this leader. Past the 3/4 pole, and as usual, Bright Magic has a hold of this Brit, and she's sprinting. Bright Magic by 3.5. Olympic Charmer, though, is going very comfortably in second. Winter Wish is third, and Lady at Peace travelling nicely in fourth. She's been followed by Diners Club in the 5th spot, and then back to Tycoon's Dolce, who's a good 9 lengths off that leader. In behind that, Camargo, Aviate, speaking of time, and still at the back is Perfect Six. Into the turn they go, and Bright Magic clear by 3. Olympic Charmer coming after her second. Lady at Peace looking like she's going to run a good one in third. Winter Wish is fourth. Then comes Diners Club. Behind that is Tycoon's Dolce, and Perfect Six is winding up from far back. White blinkers outside. Perfect Six coming fast. Top of the lane, Bright Magic shifting about, but Olympic Charmer has her measure. Olympic Charmer is the new leader. Lady at Peace, Perfect Six coming flying extreme outside. Olympic Charmer, though, finding more on the lead. Olympic Charmer, Perfect Six. Here's Camargo with a late run, but Olympic Charmer holding on. Olympic Charmer wins from a Flying Camargo.
Olympic Charmer seems to have found herself a new home on the turf. She was having a little bit of trouble with some of the better 3-year-old fillies on the main track. Certainly had shown herself to prefer the sprint distances, but seems to have stretched out quite nicely to a mile when put back onto the turf course here by trainer Ron McAnally for his wife, the owner, Deborah McAnally. Olympic Charmer getting her second turf win here as the 9-10 favorite by a neck over the late charging Camargo. Finishing in the third spot, Bright Magic, who's shown quite a bit of early speed, was able to hold on gamely for the third spot at almost 20-1. The winner, a 3-year-old bay daughter of Olympio. She was bred in Kentucky, owned, as I mentioned, by Deborah McAnally, trained by her husband, trainer Ron McAnally, ridden by Chris McCarron, completing the mile distance on the firm turf course in 1 minute 34 1/5 seconds. We are going to pause now for another brief break. When we come back, we will have the final weekend of exciting stakes racing to bring to you from Belmont's Fall Championship meeting. Please stay with us.
Breeders' Cup Day is Saturday, November 6th. Here's a look at last year's Breeder Cup races. You can bet all Breeder Cup races here at Capital OTB, November 6th.
Welcome back, everyone, to Horses and Courses. Next, we're going to head down to Belmont Park, where Saturday was the New York Showcase Day. A lot of exciting racing for New York breds, a full card of New York bred racing. 10 races, in fact, a big card of stakes racing action, kicking off with the Sleepy Hollow for New York breds, $100,000 added. This is for 3-year-old colts and geldings going a mile on the main track. Let's head down to Belmont now for the call of the Sleepy Hollow Stakes.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Trey 7 and Entrepreneur. And they're now split by Grill House. And it's those three sharing the lead, but they're in no real hurry in the early stages here with Storm the Gate eased off the pace to run in 4th position. Moving down the back stretch, Trey 7 moving comfortably with Grill House. A hard-held Entrepreneur sitting just outside them, 3rd by 3. Storm the Gate also restrained back, running in 4th. Trey 7 the leader. Grill House backs off. They crawled through an opening quarter, 24 4/5 seconds. A very deliberate pace here established by Trey 7 now, leading by 3/4 of a length. Grill House still sitting chilly 2nd. On the outside, Entrepreneur remains a conservatively ridden horse in 3rd. 2.5 lengths back to Storm the Gate, still about 4 lengths from the lead. Around the far turn, and Grill House makes a move. The half went in 49 3. Trey 7 counters. Trey 7 short lead. Grill House, and the race is on now. Entrepreneur right there with them on the outside 3rd. 3 lengths back to Storm the Gate 4th. As they approach the quarter pole now, it's Grill House who's taken a short lead. Entrepreneur there on the outside. There's room at the rail for Storm the Gate, who's sent through an opening there, and the 4 of them across the track at the top of the stretch. Entrepreneur, Grill House, Trey 7, down toward the inside, Storm the Gate in the last furlong now. Entrepreneur and Storm the Gate. Entrepreneur in front, Storm the Gate 2nd, Grill House 3rd, Trey 7 back to 4th. They're coming down to the line. Entrepreneur and Storm the Gate on the wire. Entrepreneur a neck, Storm the Gate 2nd, and Grill House.
Entrepreneur, John Velasquez getting the mount here, picking up the mount on this colt trained by Pat Byrne. He had been running very competitively throughout the summer months. Last time out, a little bit of a disappointing effort from him. Pat Byrne took the blinkers off on Saturday and gets him back into the winner's circle with a half-length win over Storm the Gate. Grill House, who was chasing the early pace of Trace 7 earlier on, was able to hold on for third in a short field of only 4 horses. The field marred by 2 scratches, unfortunately, bringing it down to a very short field. That, however, was not to be the case in the later races on Showcase Day. Entrepreneur, a New York bred son of Cure the Blues, the late Cure the Blues. He was bred by the George Wagner stable here in New York. He is owned by Gary West and Mary West, trained by Pat Byrne, ridden to victory by John Velasquez, completing the 1 mile distance in a time of 1 minute, 38 3/5 seconds. Continuing with stakes racing action on Saturday in New York, the Ticonderoga Stakes, New York bred 3-year-olds and up, fillies and mares, going 1 1/8 on the turf course for a purse of $150,000. Let's head back down to New York for Tom's call of Saturday's Ticonderoga Stakes.
And they're off. Highland Strike strikes out for the lead. Royal Irish Lace is right there and very eager to go early. Rose Esther just to her inside as the field makes their way into the clubhouse turn. Royal Irish Lace now goes on with it. Rose Esther concedes the early lead to her. 2.5 lengths, Highland Strike is third. Tropical Blues on the hedges fourth. True Red Pudding running in fifth. Then it's 7 Blues Baby sixth, and Terravine is in 7th position as they begin to run down the backstretch. Then it's New Britsky 8th on the far outside, Ellie Sunflower 9th at the rail. The Grey Office Miss is 10th in between them. They're followed by My Success, who's followed by Cryptocari. Moving down the backstretch after a quarter in 24 4/5 seconds. The pace is comfortable here with Royal Irish Lace leading the way by 1.5 lengths. Highland Strike in hand running along in second. On the outside, True Red Pudding third ahead. Toward the inside, Rose Esther's at a ground-saving trip so far, followed by 7 Blues Baby New Britsky, Tropical Blues toward the inside. Terravine is still about 8 or 9 lengths from the lead with 4 furlongs to go, followed closely by Alley Sunflower. Then My Success, Cryptocari, and Office Miss. 50 4/5 seconds for the opening half mile. They're rounding the far turn with 3 furlongs to go. It is still Royal Irish Lace. Here comes Highland Strike now looking for the lead. Highland Strike mounting a strong bid as they make the turn into the stretch. True Red Pudding is put to a drive third. 7 Blues Baby rallies on the outside fourth. Tropical Blues is fifth. Rose Esther down toward the inside. They're followed by Terravine. Terravine now beginning to hit her best stride with time running out. 4 lengths behind. Highland Strike in front. Terravine is now coming hard. 7 Blues Baby. Tropical Blues is there. Office Miss is flying, coming through an opening on the rail. New Britsky on the outside. Terravine now in front. Office Miss and New Britsky. Terravine and Office Miss. Office Miss nipping Terravine.
Office Miss in a big surprise here. The biggest surprise to me was that she only went off at about 10-1. Office Miss had not had a victory since last June of 1998. Came from off the pace, weaving her way through traffic. Just got her nose in front of the favored, even money favored Terravine, with New Britsky running in a wide trip most of the way around. A very game third place finisher here under Georgie Chavez, but very big effort from Office Miss, coming from well off the pace and in rather a difficult trip, just getting up in the last stride. Office Miss, a 5-year-old Grey Roan mare, a daughter of Silver Ghost, was bred by Howard C. Nolan here in New York. She's owned by Sam F. Morrell, trained by Gary Siaka, ridden to victory by Joe Bravo. Completing the 1 1/8 distance on a turf course, labeled soft, in 1 minute, 55 2/5 seconds. Next, we're going back onto the main track for the Maid of the Mist Stakes. This is $100,000 added. 2-year-old fillies going 1 mile on the main track. Let's head back down to New York now for the call of the Maid of the Mist Stakes.
And they're off. Bids Femme and Maddie May, and it's Maddie May out for the lead. Bids Femme, and here comes Dat You Miss Blue sprinting up on the inside. Runder Thumbles right there. Moving up the backstretch, and Dat You Miss Blue comes through on the inside of Maddie May to get the lead. Runder Thumble third, Bids Femme fourth, followed by Star Sequence. And then it's Winter Dreams second last, and the early trailer is Going Away Blues as the field moves down the backstretch. And it's Dat You Miss Blue breezing along, unchallenged down the lead. She's out there 1.5 lengths. Maddie May second and Star Sequence third. Winter Dreams has moved up in the pack, now only 2.5 lengths from the lead. The field reaches the far turn with Dat You Ms. Blue still the controlling speed and maintains a 1.5 length advantage over Maddie May, who continues to run along in second. Winter Dreams is third. Star Sequence fourth by 3. Going Away Blues, Bids Femme, and Runder Thumble. The half in 47 3/5 seconds with 3 furlongs to go. It is still Dat You Ms. Blue holding the lead. Maddie May takes a run at her now as they come to the quarter pole. Dat You Ms. Blue tested by Maddie May, and those two quickening up, and they're both pulling away from the field. It's almost 5 lengths back to Winter Dreams third, and the others are well behind. Nothing left for that Dat You Ms. Blue, and Maddie May will be the leader coming to the 8th pole. Maddie May pulling away from Dat You Ms. Blue. And another 6 lengths back to Winter Dreams, and they're coming down to the finish. And it is Maddie May who cruises under the line, the clear-cut winner over Dat You Ms. Blue.
Maddie May, second choice in the betting here behind Dat You Ms. Blue, tracks the early lead of Dat You Ms. Blue, runs by her in the stretch, drawing off to a 3-length victory with Dat You Ms. Blue holding on nicely for 3.25 length advantage over the late-coming Winter Dreams. Another long shot there, Winter Dreams at 10-1 behind the 2 favorites here. The winner, a Dark Bay or Brown filly, is now unbeaten, 2 for 2. She is sired by Not for Love, bred here in New York, by Roger Toffelon. She's owned currently by the So Madcap Stables, trained by Todd Pletcher, who now has 2 very sharp New York bred 2-year-old fillies in his barn. Not only Maddie May, but of course he also has Circle of Life. This 2-year-old filly is looking like she'll probably move up considerably. She is taking a big step up off of a maiden win. Interesting to see what kind of options Todd Pletcher does choose for this filly. A number of open company stakes still available for Maddie May off of a very impressive win here on Saturday. Maddie May was ridden to victory by John Velasquez, who had a very good day on Saturday, completing the mile distance in 1 minute 37 2/5 seconds. Continuing with Showcase Racing, the Hudson Handicap, $125,000 added for New York breds, 3-year-olds and up, going 6 furlongs on the main track. Let's head back down to Belmont for Tom's call of the Hudson Handicap.
And they're off. Sharkan breaks sharply. It's Sharkan out for the lead. Shutout Time driving up on the inside second. Safe Florida Sandy was away third. Stalwart Member moving from fourth. Puska Hill is fifth and Double Screen sixth. 4 lengths to Iron Will and Dot's Pleasure. Visit the Circle trails the field as they race into the far turn, with Sharkan doing battle with Shutout Time, and they're both full throttle after a quarter in a fast and furious 22 1/5 seconds. Safe Florida Sandy is on the chase third. Stalwart Member draws within 3 lengths of the lead. He's fourth on the outside. Puska Hill in with a chance right there behind the lead. He's fifth. Then Double Screen, Iron Will, Dot's Pleasure. And far behind is Visit the Circle. The field turns for home. Sharkan in front at the top of the stretch. Sharkan is the leader. On the outside, Safe Florida Sandy. Puska Hill is looking for running room, but is stymied in traffic. They're in the final furlong. It's Sharkan driving. There's running room for Puska Hill. Here comes Puska Hill to challenge Sharkan under the line, and Puska Hill got it. Sharkan second, Iron Will third.
Puska Hill in a very nice off-the-pace win here, defeating Sharkan by about 3/4 of a length. Sharkan had been unbeaten at 7 furlongs, tasting defeat at that distance for the first time. Iron Will rallying up nicely to be third here. Iron Will, of course, the horse that earlier in this year had defeated Artax when Artax first came east from the West Coast. Puska Hill, a later developing 4-year-old colt by Phantom Jet, bred here in New York by the Jim Tim stable, is owned by Timothy A. Hearn. The winning trainer is credited as being Pat Meyer. He is filling in for Mike Daggett, who is out having some surgery. So Meyer is going to be credited with the stakes win here, though he credits Mike Daggett with all the preparation work and getting Puska Hill ready to step up into stakes company in victorious style. Puska Hill completes the 6 furlong distance under Jose Espinosa in 1:09 3/5 seconds. Next on the docket is the Mohawk Handicap, $150,000 added for 3-year-olds and up, going 1 1/8 on the soft turf course at Belmont. Let's head back down to New York for the call of the Mohawk Handicap.
And they're off. Chasing Women and Red Wraith, Peebo's guy there on the outside. And come on now, Sean. Into the clubhouse turn. Red Wraith very eager to go early, and Red Wraith will take the lead and sprints away quickly by 2.5 lengths. Chasing Women now back and settled in second. Currency Arbitrage has found his way to the inside. On the outside, come on now, Sean third. Currency Arbitrage under stout restraint is fourth. Peebo's guy is fifth. No Secrets 3 wide round the first turn, sixth. Topsy Jim is seventh, and Abenaki eighth toward the inside. Then Draw Shot, followed by Dr. Cat and Ad Cat as the field moves down the backstretch. Red Wraith has opened up a 5-length lead. First quarter goes in 24 3/5 seconds over the soft going, and Red Wraith, running an ambitious race here, has a 6-length lead with 5 furlongs to go. Then it's Chasing Woman, still unhurried, running in second. Currency Arbitrage rating comfortably on the outside now. Then it's Come On Now, Sean, Peebo's guy, in the clear and out of trouble on the outside. Peebo's guy now moves up a spot into fourth. Come On Now, Sean, back to fifth. Draw Shot still about 8 lengths from the lead, and then it's Topsy Jim toward the rail. Farther back, Abenaki, Dr. Cat, No Secrets, and Ad Cat. And they have caught Red Wraith, and they are running by Red Wraith. It's Chasing Women now the leader. Currency Arbitrage is second as Red Wraith plummets to the back of the pack. The field turns for home. It's Chasing Women at the top of the stretch, who now spurts away to the lead by 1.5 lengths. Currency Arbitrage full out driving second. Draw Shot continues a steady rally on the outside. Then toward the rail, it's Abenaki. Here comes Ad Cat, who's closing fast with Topsy Jim. Chasing Women, Ad Cat flying, coming to the finish. Topsy Jim on the outside. Ad Cat, Topsy Jim, and Draw Shot third, coming down to the line. Photo finish. It looks like Topsy Jim may have gotten there.
Topsy Jim, another little bit of a surprise here. They had a $1 million pick six going, and it looked like it was going to be a pretty tough one to be hit. It ended up being hit, but it was hard to come up with a couple of them, including Topsy Jim getting a game nose and a head bob over graded stakes winner Ad Cat. Very impressive performance by Ad Cat. Another good performance by Draw Shot, who broke from an outside post position, was wide a good portion of the way, and rallied very nicely into the third spot as well. Topsy Jim is a bay gelding. He's 3 years old. He's sired by Compliance, bred in New York, by Michael McPoland and Peter O'Reilly. He's owned by John Ingracia and Patricia O'Reilly, trained by Michael Nevin, ridden to victory by Mike Luzzy. Topsy Jim completing the 1 1/8 on the turf course in 1 minute 54 2/5 seconds. Next on the docket, the Empire Classic, a $250,000 event for 3-year-olds and up, going 1 1/8, of course restricted to New York breds. Let's head back to New York now for the call of the Empire Classic.
They're in the gate. And they're off. Sophisticated Man breaks well from the far outside. Toward the inside, it's Phil the Grip. Mellow Roll is there at the rail. 4th and 6, make that Olive Flu is up with the pacemakers. As the field leaves the chute, it's Sophisticated Man the leader. Olive Flu moves to second. Phil the Grip is third. Mellow Roll holds his spot on the inside, moving from 4th now. Tropical is 5th by 1.5 lengths. Then it's Talavera, Gander, Corroborator on the far outside. A break of 4 to 4th and 6th. Flores Personal Boy is now dropped back to trail the field. They're all chasing Sophisticated Man through an opening quarter in 23 seconds flat. Sharp pace here. Sophisticated Man leads the way, running at his own hard pace. Mellow Roll 2 lengths behind in second. Olive Flu kept within close striking range third. Phil the Grip in behind horses running in 4th, and a break of 3 to Tropical, who's coming under a ride 5th. Then it's Talavera. Flores Personal Boy making strides at the rail. Gander's about 7 lengths from the lead. Corroborator is only 1 horse beaten, and that is 4th and 6th. A testing half mile for Sophisticated Man. In 45 and 4, he is still the leader with 3 furlongs to go. Olive Flu has moved to second now. Here's Phil the Grip putting in his bid. Flores Personal Boy rallies on the inside, now 4th. Gander draws into contention 5th. Mellow Roll retreats to 6th. Then it's 4th and 6th as the field turns for home. At the top of the stretch, Sophisticated Man. Here's Phil the Grip, who takes the lead. Olive Flew is now second. Gander driving third. And Flora's Personal Boy. Sophisticated Man has dropped back to fifth. Then fourth and sixth. 1 furlong to go in the Empire Classic. It's Phil the Grip trying to fend off Gander. Phil the Grip and Gander. Phil the Grip and Gander. Those two in a heart-pounding stretch drive here. Gander gets it.
Gander as the favorite, getting the win over recent graded stakes winner Phil the Grip, with fourth and sixth closing a ton of ground, making a last to first move here. By mid-stretch, last to third rather. By mid-stretch, he was in third spot, holding on gamely, not able to make up any ground on the leading two, who had rather drawn away from the field. Gander, an improving horse, coming off of a decent fifth-place effort in the Woodward, went down to New Jersey, a decent effort down there last time out to run second, and back in New York, back in with stake breds, was able to get another victory here. This is a horse who has improved considerably since a little bit of a layoff this spring, during which he was gelded. Gander is a 3-year-old gelding, Roan Gray or Roan Gelding, sired by Cormorant, bred by Angela Rugnetta in New York. He is owned by the Gatsa Stable, trained by Charlie Akamakopoulos, ridden to victory by Robbie Davis, completing the mile and an eighth distance in 1 minute 49 seconds flat. The final race on New York Showcase Day was the Iroquois Handicap, $125,000 added for 3-year-olds and up. Fillies and mares sprinting 7 furlongs on the main track. Let's head back to New York now for the call of Saturday's Iroquois Handicap.
And they're off. Jenna right to the lead. Sleek and Silver on the outside, chasing Jenna through the opening furlong. Count Objective is third. Ruby Rubles between horses now fourth. Winlock's Glorious is fifth. At the Rail Belongs to Moni now runs in sixth. On the far outside, Athenian Thunder is seventh. Brumess is eighth between horses, followed by Nikki Jean now ninth. Rain Mom moving from 10th. Pentillis is 11th. 6 lengths to Madame Blum. Another 4 to Minkable. Into the far turn, Jenna drilled an opening quarter, 22 and 3, and she's got a 3-length lead around the far turn. Jenna still there by 2.5 lengths. Winlock's Glorious, Common Objective, and Sleek and Silver giving chase second, third, and fourth. It's another 2 to Ruby Rubles. To her outside, Athenian Thunder. Then Belongs to Money. Pentillis is launching an outside bid. Brumess has dropped back 8 lengths from the lead, then Rain Bomb. Jenna heads for home after a half in 45 and 4. Winlock's Glorious still in with a fighting chance, driving second on the inside. Then Sleek and Silver toiling now back in third. Pentillis continues her rally on the outside, fourth. Belongs to Money down toward the inside into the final 16th. Here comes Winlock's Glorious to challenge Jenna late. Jenna and Winlock's Glorious. Brumess is now third. Here's the line. Jenna holds on. Winlock's Glorious second. Brumess.
Jenna, possibly one of the quickest, fleetest of feet 3-year-old fillies in the New York bred program, getting out of the gate, setting the early pace. She was headed at the top of the stretch by a very long shot. Winlock's Glorious at over 100 to 1, who did challenge her, but Jenna was able to draw off gamely. She did drift a little bit, but she did prevail by 3/4 of a length. Winlock's Glorious at 105 to 1 had about a 1.5 lengths advantage over third place finisher Brumess, who was rallying very nicely into the show spot, but certainly no match for either of the two leaders here. A little bit of a surprise underneath the favorite for those of you who were wagering on this race and taking the favorite on top of anyone in your exacta combinations. You certainly were able to benefit from the long shot running second. Jenna is a 3-year-old bay filly sired by Dixieland Band. She was bred by John Hettinger here in New York. Ridden to victory by Jerry Bailey. She's owned by Michael King. She's trained by Stephen W. Young. She completes the 7 furlongs in 1 minute 23 and 2/5 seconds. That completes the New York Showcase Days racing. On Sunday, we had 2 more stakes races to close out the meeting for Belmont's Fall Championship meet. Starting things off with the Miss Grillo Stakes. This is a $100,000 Grade 3 event for 2-year-old fillies, going 1 1/8 on the turf course. Let's head back to New York for the call of Sunday's Miss Grillo Stakes.
And they're off. Wolf Alert breaks with Mima's Turning Red, and TNT Red is also right there. So it's those three who will vie for the lead as they hit the clubhouse turn. Mima's Turning Red and TNT Red hook up, and a speed duel develops in the opening quarter mile. 2.5 lengths back to Wolf Alert, who backs off the speed duel. A break of another 4 to Cherry Flambe, who's running along in 4th. Then Sally Brook, who was 3 wide round the clubhouse turn, racing in 5th position. Flirtatious between horses 6th. A hard-held, a firm lane. Windsong is allowed to trail the field as the field continues their run down the backstretch. And TNT Red has made the lead after an opening quarter in 24 seconds flat. Down inside, Mima's Turning Red races in 2nd now. Wolf Alert up close and hard-held 3rd. Cherry Flambe has made up ground now and is up into 4th, 3.5 lengths from front-running TNT Red. Still lingering near the back of the pack are Sally Brook, Flirtatious, Windsong between them. Windsong's in a bit of traffic, and the trailer is still a firm lane as they reach the half-mile pole. The opening half went in 50 seconds flat. The field is on the far turn now. TNT Red holds the lead. They're 3/4 of a length. Wolf Alert glued to her flank with 3 furlongs to go. Cherry Flambe coming under a ride now, asks for run 3rd. Windsong is ready to roll, but has nowhere to go. Windsong's in traffic. Down toward the inside, Mima's Turning Red, followed by Sally Brook in a firm lane, and the field turns for home at the top of the stretch. Here comes Wolf Alert to take the lead. It's Wolf Alert in front, and Wolf Alert is sprinting coming to the 8th pole. Windsong is running room now and comes charging through. 2.5 lengths behind Wolf Alert, who's in full stride. Windsong gathering momentum into the final 16th. Wolf Alert a half length. Windsong, Wolf Alert a neck. Windsong, here's the line. Too close to call. Wolf Alert.
Wolf Alert stepping up into stakes company in very good form here, getting a nose win over Windsong with Cherry Flambe back in the 3rd spot here. Wolf Alert was able to stalk the early pace, showed some good speed on the outside under Jerry Bailey, and held on nicely as Windsong charged late from well off the pace. The winner, Wolf Alert, is a 2-year-old Grey Roan filly sired by Wolf Power. She was bred in Kentucky. She is currently owned by the Ned Law Stable and William Coiro Jr. and trained by Gary Contessa. Ridden to victory by Jerry Bailey, Wolf Alert completes the 1 1/8 distance on the soft turf course in 1 minute 54 seconds flat. Finishing out the stakes racing action from the fall meeting, the Pilgrim Stakes, a Grade 3 event for 2-year-olds going for $100,000. The distance, 1 1/8 on the turf course. Let's head back down to Belmont one more time for the call of Sunday's Pilgrim Stakes.
And they're off. El Bolzano and Mandarin Marsh. Just to their inside, it's Kachemak Bay as they make their way into the first turn. Dixie Run benefits for them inside post, and now it's Dixie Run right up on the lead with El Bolzano. El Bolzano on the outside, now up for the lead. And Dixie Run is eased back to run in 2nd. Mandarin Marsh is 3rd. Kachemak Bay hard held among horses in 4th. And then it's Iced Tea with Lime 5th on the outside, followed by Aldo. And King Kugat trails a very tight field as El Bolzano tries to slow down the pace. An opening quarter in 24 4/5 seconds. El Bolzano takes the field down the backstretch. There's mild pressure from Mandarin Marsh. Iced Tea with Lime in the clear and on the outside. Dixie Run is together with Aldo and Kachemak Bay. King Kugat still treading the field, now 5 lengths from the lead. The first quarter went in 24 4, an easy half mile in 50 4/5 seconds. Now the tempo beginning to pick up now as El Bolzano is challenged in earnest by Iced Tea with Lime. There goes Mandarin Marsh. King Kugat moving 5 wide into the far turn. Aldo's 4 wide. As they hit the far turn, El Bolzano is there. So too is Aldo. On the far outside, King Kugat battling on hard at the midway point on the turn. Down toward the inside, El Bolzano short lead. Mandarin Marsh is 1 off the rail. Aldo 3 off the rail. Off the turn into the stretch. Mandarin Marsh continues to do battle here with Aldo on the outside. King Kugat at the rail. El Bolzano and Kachemak Bay into the last furlong, and King Kugat's got the lead. It is King Kugat in front. Kachemak Bay coming hard late and bearing down. Here comes Kachemak Bay. King Kugat trying to fend him off. Kachemak Bay surges to win at 29-1. King Kugat finishing second, Aldo third.
Kachemak Bay. John Velasquez picking up a stakes winner here. This is a colt that had broken his maiden in a bit of a surprise performance here. A big upset here at 29-1, beating the 9-10 favorite King Kugat, with Aldo back in the third spot here. The winner was behind horses early, made a nice wide rally under John Velasquez. Bit of an inside-out move there with a 3/4 length victory. King Kugat, a Bill Mott trainee, was well off the pace, did not have a particularly easy trip with Jerry Bailey in a rather small field, still had a little bit of traffic trouble, made a nice move into the third spot. The winner, a 2-year-old dark bay or brown colt by Island Whirl, was bred in Florida. He's owned by Evelyn Pollard and trained by John Campo Jr., who got his first stakes win in New York here in the Pilgrim Stakes on Sunday. Congratulations to John Campo Jr. Ridden to victory by John Velasquez, completing the 1 1/8 distance on the soft turf course, 1 minute 54 3/5 seconds. That concludes our look back at this past weekend stakes racing action. We hope you'll be watching next week. We'll have the opening week's racing from Aqueduct Racecourse, of course, to bring you. Aqueduct kicking off their fall and winter meeting on Wednesday of this week. We will have a little bit of a slower week in terms of the number of stakes races to bring to you. If we have a chance, we may be able to fill in some time with some Breeders' Cup updates and news if we have any further information to bring you from next weekend's training up to the Breeders' Cup, of course, being run on November 6th. Thank you again, everyone, for watching. I'm Jean Wood. I'll see everyone back here next week.